Now, laws and principles exist, always have, always will. Postmodernism tried to erase this fact. We're trying to put it back on the sheet where it always was in the first place. What true principles, as they are related to universal laws, is they help us accomplish what is called existential growth. Now, when you see a word like that, you may be like this guy. What? It's one of those $1,000 college words that people usually don't like. And so I want to try and make this as simple as possible because it's really not that difficult, at least in the way it can be made very difficult, but we like to keep things simple as much as possible. In the words of one of my favorite TV op-ed news personality, I'm a simple man. I like to keep things simple. So here we are, existential, of or relating to your existence. That's it. Okay, so when I use the word existential from here on out in the seminar, all you got to think is, this is about my life and its existence. That's it, quite simple. Now the goal of SAL is to help you develop existential intelligence. Now intelligence is an interesting topic. In the old days, intelligence meant primarily what? Any ideas? Book smart, yeah, laboratory smart, school smart, all of these things. Fortunately, we live in an era where a theory of multiple intelligences has not only been put forth, but it is embraced by a wide audience. And we largely have a man named Howard Gardner to thank for this, Harvard professor. He put forth in 1983 his first iteration of the theory of multiple intelligences, which says that there's more than one way to be smart. And his model included all of these linguistic, musical, logical, mathematical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, and also personal intelligences, both intrapersonal and interpersonal. Two different components there. Emotional intelligence has also come of age in the past couple of decades, thanks to Daniel Goleman. And I love Goleman's quote here because it's directly related to self-action leadership. The goal, therefore, of self-action leadership, we don't want you to just be book smart. We don't want you to just be emotionally smart. We want you to be as smart as you can be in a whole range of areas, all of these areas here. So, therefore, existential intelligence spans this full spectrum. And shown more specifically, so we got emotional, we got spiritual intelligence. Now, when I say spiritual, that doesn't necessarily mean religious. Okay, you can be intelligent spiritually without necessarily belonging to a certain faith. Spirituality has actually become quite a popular, growing in popularity concept in the business world. There have been a lot of books written about it by secularists. There have been, and there are seminars. You can, an executive, a CEO can call in. We want a seminar on spiritual intelligence because the research is finding more and more that spiritual intelligence helps people perform better at work. It makes them more effective. It makes them easier to get along with. So this is not necessarily, when you say spiritual, don't necessarily think religious, although it certainly can be if that is your persuasion. Physical, mental, social, and moral. You take a whole gamut of these intelligences and you find a balance between all of them, meaning you're working on all of them concurrently, and we have existential intelligence. Existential intelligence. We also begin with the self-action leadership theory and model with something called existential equality. And all this means is that it doesn't matter if you're Abraham Lincoln, Queen Elizabeth, or Jordan Jensen. Albert Einstein, you know, just a regular guy hanging out on his couch, or a homeless person on the street. Everybody has equal existential potential. Now, not everybody has equal physical potential. Not everybody has equal mental potential. Not everybody has equal even emotional potential. But everybody does have equal existential potential. At least that's what we posit in the SAL theory and model. Therefore, everybody can work on it. Everybody can grow and become fully actualized for that given person. And the good news about self-action leadership is it's not a competition. So it's not about, I don't have to try and compete with Oprah, right? Earlier I talked about Oprah. I may never achieve the things Oprah did, but that's okay because I'm not Oprah. My goal is not to become Oprah or to compete or to better Oprah. My goal is to become fully actualize myself, being the best, filling the full measure of Jordan Jensen's creation, whatever that means. And the existential equality says everybody is equal in that regard. Everybody is equal in that we are human beings who have equal potential to become fully actualized. All right, another thing, okay, so whether you're Teddy Roosevelt, another thing that this means is equality. Whether you are President of the United States living in the White House or Jordan and Lena Jensen visiting the White House, you still have the same existential equality. You still have the same equal value. Whether you're Queen Elizabeth, or excuse me, Queen Victoria, sitting on her throne, or whether you are just outside of Buckingham Palace looking in, you have the same existential worth and value. Whether you are King Tut or going to visit King Tut, and you get the idea. Self-action leadership holds that we hold existential duties. In the words of John Donne, no man is an island. Our decisions, our thoughts, our words, our deeds impact other people. And as such, we have an existential duty to make decisions that will contribute to the well-being of others. Existential growth. Existential growth, this begins to take us now into the essence of the self-action leadership theory. The self-action leadership theory is all about growth through a series of 9 stages. Existential growth is what enabled Abraham Lincoln to become an ignorant backwoods boy to President of the United States. It's what empowered Jordan Jensen to become a nerdy teenager with acne and 6'2", 143 pounds sitting on Santa's lap in 1997 to being a professional seminar presenter and published author in 2015. And I don't say that to impress you, but just to illustrate the point. I'm passionate about this because I've seen this miracle of existential growth in my own life. It's very exciting, and I know it will be very exciting for you as you catch this vision. Now, the problem with existential growth is it's not easy because we're impeded by something called existential gravity. All the things, forces outside our control, physical challenges, mental and emotional challenges, family and social challenges, character flaws, of which we all have, distractions and addictions, negative media, all of these things produce a metaphorical gravity which keeps us, so to say, from progressing up through the atmosphere of our potential. Existential atrophy can occur as a result. This is why the opposite can occur, and we can go from a very positive place to a very negative place as a result of our decisions. And sometimes even as a result not of our decisions, but as it relates to self-action leadership, we're dealing with those that are a part of our own decision-making process.